English Listening Lab.
Hi, I'm Emma from the English Listening Lab. Today, we're going to learn English you must know at the airport.
Hi, I'm Jack, and honestly, airports make me nervous, especially speaking in English.
That's completely normal, Jack. But don't worry. Today, I'll guide you step by step. By the end, you'll feel much more confident.
That sounds great. Let's start.
Okay, imagine this. You just arrived at the airport. You walk inside, and it feels big and busy. What's the first thing you might need?
Maybe I need to find where to go?
Exactly. So you can ask a simple question. Excuse me, where is the check-in counter?
That's easy to remember.
Yes. Keep your sentences short and clear. You can also ask, where is Terminal 2? Or, where can I check in?
What if I don't understand their answer?
Good question. You can say, sorry, can you repeat that? Or, can you speak slowly, please?
Oh, that's very helpful.
Now, you find your check-in counter. You go to the staff. What do you say?
Maybe hello?
Perfect start. Then you can say, I'd like to check in.
That sounds professional.
Yes, and very common. The staff will usually ask, may I see your passport? You simply reply, here you go.
Simple and polite.
Now, imagine they ask, do you have any luggage? You can say, yes, I have one suitcase. Or, no, just a carry-on.
What does carry-on mean?
Good question. Carry-on means a small bag you take with you on the plane.
Got it.
Next, they might ask, do you prefer a window seat or an aisle seat?
I always get confused here.
No problem. Window seat equals next to the window. Aisle seat equals next to the walking path. So you can say, I prefer a window seat, please.
Easy.
Now, let's do a quick practice. I'll ask and you answer. Do you have any luggage?
Yes, I have one suitcase.
Window or aisle?
Window seat, please.
Perfect. That's exactly how real conversations sound. Now, sometimes there can be small problems. For example, your bag might be too heavy. The staff might say, your bag is overweight.
Oh no. What do I say then?
Stay calm. You can ask, what should I do? Or, can I remove some items?
That's very practical.
Another situation, maybe you can't find your booking. You can say, I can't find my ticket, or there seems to be a problem with my booking.
That sounds serious but useful.
Yes, and don't worry about perfect grammar. Just speak clearly. Now, imagine everything is done. The staff gives you your boarding pass. You can say, thank you.
Simple but important.
Exactly. Politeness is very important in English. Now, here's a small tip. Always listen for important words like gate number, boarding time, terminal.
Yes, those are important.
Let's do a small real-life practice. Imagine you are at the counter. Hello, where are you flying today?
I'm flying to London.
May I see your passport?
Here you go.
Do you have any luggage?
Yes, I have one suitcase.
Great. Here is your boarding pass.
Thank you very much.
Excellent, Jack. That was smooth and natural. One more tip. If you feel nervous, take a deep breath and speak slowly. You don't need big words. Simple English is enough.
That really helps. I feel more confident already.
That's great to hear. Now you know how to ask for directions, check in, answer common questions, handle small problems, and all of this using simple, easy English. Yes, this feels very practical. Before we continue, here's a quick challenge for you listening. What would you say if the staff asks, window or aisle? Pause and answer out loud. That's a good exercise. Yes, practicing out loud is the best way to learn. All right, Jack. So now you have your boarding pass in your hand. The next step is going through security check. This is where many people feel confused, but the language is actually very simple.
Yes, I always feel a bit stressed at security.
That's normal, but once you know the common phrases, it becomes easy. Now imagine you are standing in line. When it's your turn, the officer might say, "Please put your bag on the belt."
Belt? What does that mean here?
Good question. The belt is the moving machine where your bags go for scanning. So you just follow the instruction and say, "Okay," or "Sure." Then they might say, "Take out your laptop," "Remove your shoes," "Empty your pockets."
Oh, I've heard these before.
Yes, these are very common. You don't need to reply much, just follow the instructions. But if you want to respond politely, you can say, "Okay, sure, no problem."
That's easy.
Now, what if you don't understand something? You can say, "Sorry, what should I do?" Or, "Can you repeat that, please?"
That's very useful in stressful situations.
Exactly. Now, imagine after scanning, the officer asks you, "Is this your bag?" You can say, "Yes, it's mine." If there's an issue, they might ask, "Can you open your bag?"
And I just say yes?
Yes, you can say, "Sure," or "Of course." Let's do a quick practice. Please put your bag on the belt.
Okay.
Take out your laptop. Sure. Is this your bag?
Yes, it's mine.
Perfect. That's exactly how simple it is. Now you're done with security. You collect your items, wear your shoes, and move forward. Next, you need to find your boarding gate. You can look at your boarding pass and ask, "Excuse me, where is gate 12?"
So similar to earlier questions.
Yes, airport English is often repeated. That makes it easier. Now imagine you arrive at the gate. You may hear announcements like Flight 245 to Dubai is now boarding.
Sometimes I don't understand announcements clearly.
That's okay. You can ask someone, "Is this the boarding for Dubai?" Or, "Is this the line for Flight 245?
That's very helpful.
While waiting at the gate, you might sit next to other passengers. This is a great chance for small talk. You can say, "Hi, is this seat taken?"
Nice and polite.
Then you can start a simple conversation. "Where are you traveling to?"
That's a good question.
Yes, and very common. The other person might say, "I'm going to Dubai." Then you can respond, "Oh, nice. Is it for work or vacation?"
That sounds like natural conversation.
Exactly. Keep it simple and friendly. You can also ask, "Is this your first time flying?"
What if it's my first time?
Then you can say, "Yes, it's my first time. I'm a bit nervous."
That feels honest and natural.
Now, here's a small practice. Imagine you're at the gate talking to someone. "Hi, is this seat taken?"
No, it's free.
"Where are you traveling to?"
I'm going to London.
"Oh, nice. Is it for work or vacation?"
It's for vacation.
That's perfect, Jack. Very natural. Now, when it's time to board, the staff might say, "Please show your boarding pass." You can say, "Here you go."
Same phrase as before?
Yes, that's why learning a few key phrases helps a lot. They might also say, "Please line up. Boarding has started."
So I just follow instructions again.
Exactly. And if you're unsure, just look at others and follow them. One more tip. Always listen for your group number or row number. If you don't understand, you can ask, "Is it my turn to board?"
That's a very useful question.
Before we move on, here's a quick challenge for you listening. What would you say if you don't understand the security officer? Pause and answer out loud.
I would say, can you repeat that, please?
Perfect. That's exactly right. So now you've successfully passed security, followed instructions, found your gate, had small talk, and boarded the plane, all using simple English.
That feels amazing. I'm much less nervous now.
That's the goal. Step by step, simple phrases and confidence.
All right, Jack, now you're on the plane. You've found your seat and you're getting comfortable. This is where you'll use simple English with flight attendants and sometimes with other passengers.
Yes, I always wonder what to say on the plane.
Don't worry, it's very simple. First, imagine a flight attendant comes to you and says, "Can I help you?" You can reply, "Yes, could you help me put my bag up?"
That's useful. Sometimes the bag is heavy.
Exactly. Or you can say, "Could you please show me my seat?" Once you sit down, you might want something. You can say, "Can I have some water, please?" Or, "Can I get a blanket?"
That sounds very polite.
Yes, always use please when asking for something. Now imagine you're feeling cold. You can say, "I'm feeling cold. Can I have a blanket?"
Simple and clear.
During the flight, they may serve food. The attendant might ask, "Chicken?" or "Vegetarian?"
Oh, I've heard that before.
You can simply answer, "Chicken, please," or "Vegetarian, please." Now let's talk about a small conversation with another passenger. Imagine someone sitting next to you smiles. You can say, "Hi, how are you?"
That's easy.
Then you can ask, "Where are you traveling from?"
And they might ask me the same question.
Exactly. Then you can reply, "I'm traveling from Riyadh." Let's do a quick practice. "Hi, how are you?"
I'm good, thank you.
"Where are you traveling from?"
I'm traveling from Dammam.
Perfect. That's natural and friendly. Now imagine you need help during the flight. Maybe you feel uncomfortable. You can say, "Excuse me, can you help me?" Or if you need to go somewhere, "Where is the restroom?"
That's very important.
Yes, and if you don't understand something, you already know what to say. Can you repeat that, please?
I'm starting to see a pattern. Same phrases again and again.
Exactly. That's the secret. You don't need many words, just the right ones. Now imagine the plane is landing. After landing, you go to immigration. The officer might say, "May I see your passport?" You say, "Here you go."
Same as before.
Yes. They may ask, "Why are you visiting?" You can say, "I'm here for vacation," or "I'm here for work." They might also ask, "How long will you stay?" You can answer, "For 1 week," or "For 5 days."
That's simple enough.
Now let's practice quickly. Why are you visiting?
I'm here for vacation.
How long will you stay?
For 1 week.
Excellent. After immigration, you go to baggage claim. You may need help finding your bag. You can ask, "Excuse me, where is baggage claim?" Or, "Which belt is for flight 245?
That's very useful.
Once you get your bag, you exit the airport. Now you might need a taxi. You can say, "Where can I find a taxi?" Or directly to the driver, "Can you take me to this address?"
Should I show the address?
Yes, that's a great idea. Show it on your phone and say, "Here is the address." If you want to ask about price, you can say, "How much will it cost?"
Very important question.
Now, let's do one final practice, your full journey. "Can I help you?"
Yes, could you help me with my bag?
Chicken or vegetarian?
Chicken, please.
Why are you visiting?
I'm here for vacation.
Where can I find a taxi?
Excuse me, where can I find a taxi?
Perfect, Jack. You did the full airport journey in English. Now you can speak at the airport, understand instructions, talk on the plane, handle arrival and travel, all with simple, clear English.
I feel much more confident now. This was very helpful.
That's great to hear. And here's one small tip for everyone listening. Practice these phrases out loud before your trip. It makes a big difference. And if you found this helpful, try using one of these sentences in real life or even practice in the comments below.
That's a great idea.
All right, you're now ready to travel and speak English with confidence. Keep practicing, stay calm, and enjoy your journey.
Thank you, Emma.
You're welcome, Jack. See you next time.